Hey guys, Ivania here. I'm here today with John and Marinelle from Short Things. Thank you for being here, guys, and for sharing your story. So tell me a little bit about yourselves.
Sure. My name is Marinelle Montales. I was born and raised in the Philippines, and I've been living in Jersey City for almost 20 years. And I am the co-owner of Sure Things with my partner in life and in business, John. And I'm also a freelance creative director and graphic designer.
Nice, and I'm John Trigonis. I am a poet, writer, outside of being co-owner of Sure Things, and also a professor at some colleges locally. So, yeah, that's us.
So, guys, what inspired you to be business owners?
I think you can answer that.
I don't think we necessarily were inspired to be business owners. It just sort of kind of happened. The pandemic does strange things to people. So I think you started selling objects on Instagram, right?
Yep.
And that was working. People were buying
Okay.
stuff. Then when this shop came up for lease, we had always joked like, oh, that would be a cool spot for like a little vintage shop. But it was like a thrift store, wasn't really open much. So we were like, oh, I wish that thing had a lease sign. And then one day I was driving by and I saw a lease sign and I was like, oh my God, this is great. So I jumped at it. We had a conversation with the landlord. He's great. And we we're here now and we're doing it. But wasn't sure if vintage objects, we weren't sure if it was, Jersey City was ready for it. So she's like, would you go in with books? I'm a big book guy. And I was like, okay, sure, yeah, books and vintage objects. That sounds like it's going to make millions. But it's actually, we're doing very well. So that's kind of how we, I guess, became business owners. But it wasn't like a thing like, when I grow up, I want to own my own business. I was like, no, I just want to make sure I pay my rent. That's really it for me.
That's so cool. Talk about the power of the law of attraction, right? And the power of our dreams, that you drove by and you manifested it, kind of like, I wish they had a lease, I wish they had a lease. And when the lease came through, you just jumped right into it. So why Short Things? What inspired the whole vintage book idea of what your business entails?
So I guess when we decided that we were going to be business owners, we wanted to be something that we were interested in. So interior design, anything. I always tell people I like pretty things. So the pretty things is essentially kind of like my side of the shop. And then, John is a book guy, but anytime we travel anywhere, we like visiting used bookshops. We used to frequent Grace Church in downtown when they used to sell used books. So we are fans of anything secondhand and vintage and used. That's how we shop. So it's nice to kind of like bring what we like and offer it to the neighborhood.
And it's lovely to see what's happening in the neighborhood and just keeping that sustainability factor and the vintage aspect of it. It makes it really cool. So it adds up with the whole Jersey City Heights, right? So why the name? Why Short Things?
Well, it's kind of like, right, when you know it's going to be good for many, many years to come. That's what like the phrase sure thing means, right? Oh, it's a sure thing.
Oh.
So it's kind of like, yeah, these are objects that have been around for a long time. Books are stories that have, circulated for, hundreds, sometimes thousands of years, and they're still relevant today. Just like the objects and the furniture, everything's kind of cyclical, so it comes back. So you know that if you buy something old, it's going to last you for years and years and years. And yeah, if it goes out of fashion, which it probably won't if it's here, but if it does, hold on to it, because in another 10 years it'll come back.
The cyclical stage, yeah, it will come back. I wish I would have saved all the stuff that my kids are now using, right? So why Jersey City Heights?
We love Jersey City, and the Heights is just has that community, small neighborhood feel, even though there's a lot going on now. And we've been in the Heights together combined like 20 years. So, we were living here and seeing the potential. And then I think it's just nice to kind of, offer something and then seeing your neighbors responding to that is pretty cool.
Yeah, and like Jersey City, like they haven't had like a shop like this before, so it was kind of a nice thing. It's definitely a risk because we weren't sure if it was gonna, you know, be like, oh, they don't want it, you know, but they seem to want it. They didn't know they wanted it maybe, but now they definitely seem to want it, and it's really just nice to have been here for so long and now get to give back to it in some way that is making people happy and giving them really cool things to you know, furnish their homes and beautify their minds with.
So it's maybe like that nostalgic feeling among the change that's happening, right?
Yeah.
It's like vintage meets the new generation, the newer development. I really love it, and that's why it attracted me to your store when I first walked in here. So guys, why should people come to your store?
We have a lot of things that are one of one that you won't find anywhere else. So obviously there are other shops in Jersey City that, you know, everybody can support, but you know, if people are looking for like a special gift, which a lot of people come here for that, and you know, they talk to us and say that my so and so are interested in these things, like what can you recommend? So usually they find something really special and that they've never seen anywhere else. You know, we curate objects, you know, based on what we like, and you know, hope that people like them too. So we're not carrying anything here that we won't be proud to sell.
So as you guys know, I like to connect people and I like to connect things. And if you guys are looking for a special gift that is personalized, now you know where to come. You will come here and you will talk to Marinelle and John, and they will help you find the right gift, or maybe the one little thing that you're looking for your home that reminds you of that home feeling, right? Whenever we go through stages in life, we need those little things that remind us of that home feeling. So thank you so much, guys, for following your dream, for calling the lease sign when you guys saw it and jumping into it and bringing this store that is unusual, because this stuff, as you said, is one of them. Like, just there's just one of this, and it made you happy. So I can only imagine what you will feel when somebody actually buys and like, remember, John, I told you somebody's gonna like this too. So thank you so much, guys, for providing that feeling, and thank you so much for taking the time to be in here and sharing with us.
Absolutely.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you. Until the next time, guys, and if you guys have any question, we're gonna put our information down here in the comments. And you know, if you guys have any questions about the shop hours, or if you guys have a special gift that you might need them to find for you, you guys know where to find them. I'll see you guys soon. Thank you for your time.